What is going on, guys? Carter here with Edge Mindset. This is the third time of me trying to shoot this video because I am terrible at staying on task with what you guys want to see, which is the really cool knife I bought. Now, I'm going to get right to that. So we're talking about Monkey Edge frag pattern Strider collaborations here. Now you may think, well, that's what you have right here, and this is true. This is a Monkey Edge frag pattern collaboration. Monkey Edge collaboration with Strider, which is the frag pattern. I'm going to talk a lot about some history of this knife and some other things with Monkey Edge and what is MEFP, what does that mean once I show the other knife. But before I do, you may be like, okay, well, this is an SnG collaboration with Monkey Edge, Strider collaboration with Monkey Edge. What more could you show us? Well, this has a final boss version. There is a souped up, cooler version of this collaboration, and I was lucky enough to be able to get one in my hot little hands. And without further ado, boom, there she is. Full titanium Monkey Edge frag pattern collaboration between Strider and, of course, Monkey Edge. This one is a little bit interesting and special, though. Aside from the fact that it has full titanium handles with the frag pattern milled into it, it also has one of the best heat anno jobs I've ever seen. Like, Strider really knocks it out of the park with their heat anno. Heat anno is kind of tricky because it's hard to keep it consistent. These thinner portions will get hotter, and so it's not as simple as just taking a blowtorch to it and magically you get these beautiful colors. It takes a little pizzazz, and you can see how you get like bronze, blue, and purple going on in here. You've got bronze on the edges here where it didn't get as hot, and then you've even got like here where it gets really thin, how it went kind of white because it got too hot. So you have like really cool variation of the colors. But I've done a lot of heat anodization on my own projects, and it's tricky to get this consistent and to get this bright of colors. Like, this is absolutely stunning. But this one's unique because of the blade here. So it has a bronze Cerakote on it, which A, is unusual for Strider in general, and B, very unusual for Monkey Edge collaborations. Usually, these would come in a black coated blade because usually, almost 100% of the time, these collaborations are in 3V. So Strider, Monkey Edge, 3V, like, go together. In fact, I think Monkey Edge in general, that's their thing, right? Frag pattern and 3V. Now, sometimes they deviate from that, like with CRK, with their Umnumzon frag. It is not in 3V because CRK doesn't use 3V, and so it's in the standard steel. This one, A, doesn't have the monkey logo on the blade, and B, is in 20CV, which is kind of interesting. They did a whole run of different colors with this in 20CV. I've also seen MagnaCut used on the Monkey Edge frag pattern, so very, very cool. Absolutely love this knife. The 3/4 gram blade has always been kind of my favorite Strider grind. Not necessarily performance-wise, just I like the look of it. But it is kind of cool because it's hollow ground, so you do get a little bit thinner behind the edge here, but then you've got more like more beef up at the top. So it's a bit of a weightier blade. I really like the look of this kind of bronze Cerakote here. I'm assuming it's Cerakote. I don't know what else it would be. I mean, it could be like gun coat or something, but it's definitely not like a chemical coloration. It's something applied to the blade. You just don't see this very often, especially in modern Striders. Old school Striders, they would do different Cerakote colors like orange and black and green I've seen before. But modern little pin M Strider knives, you just don't see that too often. So very, very cool, little bit rare, and very kind of interesting. So let's talk about Monkey Edge frag pattern. What does that stand for? I think I've already said it. No, MEFP. I was supposed to say, what is MEFP? It stands for Monkey Edge frag pattern. I just answered my own thing in one sentence. So Monkey Edge is known for the frag pattern. You can see here, they didn't invent it, but they are like popularized with it. Now, Strider and Monkey Edge collaborations go way, way back, clear back to like 2010, 2015. Monkey Edge used to be a big distributor of Strider knives. You could go to Monkey Edge and just buy Strider knives. double gunner grips, anything you wanted, they would probably have it in stock. Maybe not the exact configuration you were after, but they would have more or less what you were looking for in stock at Monkey Edge, along with like Starling Gear collaborations. And for those that don't know, Starling Gear, very ingenious business model. They specialized in making kind of expensive beads, custom, not really custom, but special pocket clips that have, like you've seen them with the big faces on them and things like that, as well as rings and some other jewelry and things like that. So very, very cool what Starling Gear was doing, but they also did collaborations with Strider where they would laser etch the faces and characters of the beads onto the blades. And you could just go to Monkey Edge on a Thursday and buy a Starling Gear collaboration. And there's a good chance you could go there and there might be a mixed Strider custom in stock that you could just add to cart and buy. Pretty crazy how times have changed from when Strider was a full production company till now. So very, very cool. And that was across the board, right? You could just buy Striders like wherever you wanted. And so when I think of Monkey Edge and Strider, like I remember those times very, very fondly, and I miss them greatly because those were cool times. Now, if you go to Monkey Edge, the only Strider stuff you're typically going to find, unless it's a drop, is, some patches, maybe a hat, maybe a shirt, things like that. Now, Monkey Edge sells a lot of Shirogorovs and some other makers and things like that, kind of still position themselves to advertise to kind of the crowd from my generation, the around 40 crowd is really what Monkey Edge kind of sells. Fun fact, Monkey Edge started as a completely different, so they've got an offshoot where they sell like, I forget what it is. Maybe I shouldn't even dive into this, but they sell like figures, like World War II memorabilia type figures. It was called something else, monkey something. And that's kind of what they started as. And then they branched into the knife world and rebranded, or, well, not rebranded, but offshoot branded the Monkey Edge concept. But now most people that I'm aware of, when they think of that line of business, they think of the Monkey Edge, the knife stuff. So kind of interesting. Comment down below, what do you think of these bad boys with this full titanium? Just looks gorgeous. Really, really cool. You've got the lasered monkey on the pocket clip right there. This ano is killer. Thinking about getting a aftermarket lock bar stabilizer, maybe something to match, purple or blue, or maybe dragon skin, something like that. I went and looked at all of the lock bar stabilizers that I kind of have, and I've got a dragon skin, but it's not the domed version, so it just doesn't look very good installed on here. So I don't know. Comment your vote down below on what I should do. I need something to match like this guy does. This is one of my favorite carry knives right there. Anyways, all right. Comment down below. I'm getting what's the word? I'm getting enchanted by my own stuff. All right, guys. Talk to you later. I'm out.